Hello, everybody. Welcome to, another thing. I believe for people that know me well enough that eventually this was going to happen. If you have clicked onto the video, you have seen the title and you understand fully what I'm going to be talking about. I'm going to be talking about Batwoman. Originally, I was going to save all of the issues that I had with this particular show for a actual review once the season was out. However, I feel that with the current amount of episodes that are out there, I have a lot of problems with this show as of a whole currently. And it's just so much there. But, anywho, I'm just going to get a little bit into this. Now, Batwoman. Batwoman is the latest show from the DC lineup. It was put in, to be kind of like a fill-in thing for Arrow, because that show ended its run. They're trying to do a spin-off, and I guess they just figured, hey, we'll have Batwoman in here. We'll get something from Gotham in this Arrowverse, And they introduced the character in a previous crossover event, Elseworlds, which she was pretty good, I definitely had better writers for her, but However, once she started to get her own show, that's when things got a little bit bad. The trailer that was released, that did not go well with anybody at all. So much was wrong with that. But, yeah. I think a lot of people have already talked about how pretty stupid that is. Now, the first episode, I thought of it as, there were some bits there, but it wasn't that bad. It wasn't the greatest thing, but it was just in that, it's alright. But then, suddenly, it just started declining bit by bit by bit. And it doesn't work on any factor of logic. Comic book logic, if you're trying to watch this to see how accurate it is to the source material, good luck with that, because they barely keep anything that's integral to the character. Even the little bits there, it doesn't make sense at all, does not jive with any of the characters. And then from just standard reality logic, that doesn't make sense because it just completely just negates all sorts of stupid shit. And I get it, superhero show, sense of disbelief, whatever. But there's some things that you have to try to at least be yeah, even in this world with all these crazy things that go on it, like aliens, metahumans and all that, you have to think that they're just some little bits that just gotta be in the reality-based thing. Just a smidgen, However, it's they choose to only focus on other factors with that reality. And then, of course, you have your politics. The representation, the diversity, letting our voices be heard. Give me a break. They basically use the pride flag. They just hold that freaking corpse up in the air, parading it around, and trying to say that the LGBTQ community has it bad, and we're in horrible times, and this show is gonna get you through it. And it's no, it's not. It's no, you're just using it because you want to appease those 20 people on Twitter who happen to be really, really good at screaming, and not the comic fans that kind of wanted to go watch something interesting, and this is coming from me, a Batman fan. Hell, I'm in my freaking Batman robe recording this right now just to fit in with the theme. Even though you can't see me, you have to understand how bad I'm invested into the Batman mythos. So therefore, I want to give my 2 cents on Batwoman as a whole. Now, for the comic aspects, it's just kind of ridiculous. There's some, like, it's just the little things start stacking up, you see? Because in the comics, Batwoman happens to use guns, and it's a thing, it's a big part of it, because in the story of the comics, this is why she's never really able to work with her cousin, Bruce Wayne, aka Batman. It's because he's like, no, I do not work with people who use guns. You are not going to wear my bat symbol on that chest and whip out guns while you're at it. No. You know, it puts them at odds. Like, that was a big character thing. Even if she would later use, like, rubber bullets or whatever. I don't know what they did later on. But, like, when she first popped up, she had an actual gun. Like, she was good at guns, you know, because she was trained by her Army Marine soldier father, you know, who basically taught her all sorts of stuff. And she even went on her own, like, Batman training montage thing. You know, going around the world, getting trained by different people in different arts and combat, you know. Like, that makes sense. But here, it's like they negate even, like, having the father include any factor of fitting to her training, like, at all. I mean, this doesn't work there. Then it's like, she doesn't get to use guns. She doesn't use her guns when she's Batwoman. No, they don't do that for some reason, for some odd reason. They let her use a bow staff, which is something that Robin and Nightwing have used, but it's like Batwoman never uses a bow staff in the comics. I would imagine she's trained to use them, because that's just the thing. That's just like one of those things that the Bat family teaches you. You learn how to use these things, but it's like she doesn't use them. She uses, like, other ways. She uses her fist, or she uses the gun, or a particular gadget, you know. It's the same with Bruce. You know, he uses gadgets on occasion, but he's mostly a hand-to-hand combatant type. Nightwing, like, all the Robins, you know, they've had their own various forms. You know, Nightwing had the bow staff, and then he went to the Escrima sticks. It went passed on to Jason. He didn't really use it. He later uses guns and explosives and other stuff. Tim Drake, like, took up the bow staff thing, and that became, like, part of his main weapon. Damian kind of carries around a sword, so that's easy there. You know, hell, even Stephanie Brown, who would later become a spoiler, even incorporates this, like, three-parted nunchuckian bow staff thing. Like, yeah. But in this show, Batwoman just happens to have a fucking staff. A bow staff that she actually just breaks apart in half, and then just, like, uses it to smack one thug, you know, and then just leaves, I guess, pretty horribly made, you know, equipment, because why the hell would Batman have something that can easily be broken by just kneeing the damn thing, you know? It's ridiculous. Like, like, here's the thing. I will show you this. Like, here is a scene of Batwoman actually being Batwoman from a different project that actually treated Batwoman like an actual character and was faithful to it. Alright? Here we go. I'm just gonna put it right here. And now watch.
Wait. Batman doesn't use guns.
Batman doesn't. But I do.
Alright, now you see this? You see this, okay? She's got the gun, alright? She's shooting, alright? Then you have this whole little scene right here. See this?
I could have handled these C-listers on my own.
Dressing like a bat doesn't make you a hero. It just makes you a target. And using a gun makes you just like them.
Yeah, okay? Batman does not like guns, okay? He does not like any of his people using guns. I mean, hell, Alfred used a gun on occasion, and Batman still has problems with that. Okay? Now, let's take a look at a scene for Batwoman. Is she using a gun? Not in the bat suit. No, what do we get? We get a bow staff, ladies and gentlemen.
Batwoman's here. Let's pounce.
kill me now. And it's just like the little things just pack on and on and on. Like the show wants to have this horrible like Batman is horrible. He left Gotham, and it's like, well, why did he leave Gotham? You know? Like, it makes no sense. I mean, that just doesn't, like, I want to know why he left. You know, I'm more concerned about why Bruce Wayne left. You know, why hasn't Batman been seen in 3 years, apparently? Like, what's going on there, you know? But no, they want to have this, like, Batman hate train going on. And in the show, Kate just happens to find the Batcave, which is not under Wayne Manor, but instead under Wayne fucking Tower? Like, what? Why is the Batcave under Wayne Tower? Now, I can understand if, like, if there's, like, an auxiliary cave, or whatever. You know, because Batman has multiple Batcaves, or whatever. So, like, I could kind of get it. But they kind of make it seem like the Batcave, like, this is the one Batcave. You know? Like, this is the spot. You know, this is the actual Batcave. And it's under the Wayne building that can be accessed by either a hidden elevator in Bruce's office or a hidden, like, vehicle opening door in the fucking parking garage. So that means Betsy from accounting could just stumble across it one particular night, see Batwoman or Batman come out of that damn door and be like, what's going on? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't. But then again, the show doesn't care because it's too busy appealing to the 20 fans that it has on Twitter. The loud, screeching fans. You know, those types of people. Instead of the actual fans of Batwoman comics, or just, you know, superheroes in general. But, you know, why bother? Why focus on that when we can focus on identity politics? Yes, the show is chock full of it. I mean, they have a whole episode where the prime plot, the main plot, you know, of these, like, usually episodes of these series, they usually have two plots going on. You have your primary plot, and then you have of the episode, and then you have your B plot going on, kind of in the background, intercutting, right? So what's the main thing of this one particular episode I'm going to mention? You know, you think it's going to be, you know, Batwoman trying to get her father out of jail for a crime that he didn't commit because he's been framed? No, that's going to go to the side characters who are going to try to get him out of jail. No. Her shtick is she's going to be so concerned with the city, wondering about Batwoman's sexuality, her sex life, because they have this whole scene where Batwoman gets saved by a cop, and, like, everyone starts, like, shipping this cop and Batwoman. And she's so angry with it. She even says, like, she just goes, I don't know if you haven't noticed, but I'm very, very gay. You know, like, they just had to go there. It's like, it's this whole thing. She's, like, so angry with it. She's like, well, I don't like hiding. And it's like, then why are you wearing the mask? You know, all the stolen equipment you took from your cousin. I mean, you literally did steal it and then just, you know, had it remolded or whatever. But, like, yeah, that's just ridiculous. Now, this episode gets even better because in this one, she's chasing this, like, hacker, right? This hacker, like, nearly crashes a subway train, alright? Then later on makes a wide, like, hack threat that this hacker will start leaking out all of Gotham's private secrets, don't matter who you are. And then as an example, hacks the mayor's credit card information and then showcases it on live television for all the world to see, you know, just to establish that this hacker is serious, you know, right? So, through some very, very questionable and quite ridiculous detective work that, like, is just so stupid. I can't even believe that they just got there. Batwoman locates that the hacker has to be a student at this particular high school she went to, right? So she goes to the high school, and then she finds the hacker. This hacker happens to be a 17-year-old, I think, person of color lesbian. She starts talking about how, she wasn't gonna try to destroy the train because she was on it, and you actually do see her on it in the beginning of this episode. However, she says that she was doing all this because her girlfriend did not like being in the closet, and then basically outed her, and her parents disowned her and treated her like crap. So she figured she would fake an incident where she nearly died so her parents would love her again. But apparently that didn't work, therefore she tries to extort and blackmail all of Gotham to give her a lot of money in order to get out of the city. And then she does this whole sob story about representation, and then, like, saying that, like, oh, my only representation will be an ancillary character on my favorite TV show. And then Batwoman just lets her walk away. And then even, like, after saving the hacker from the show's villain, the seasonal villain, like, you would think that maybe, like, Batwoman would be like, okay, like, I know you're, like, not trying to be a bad person, but you did bad things, you should go to jail for your crimes. No, she just puts her in community service, right? But here's the thing. It's just because of it's Batwoman thing. It's like Batwoman's observing that. But it's like, Batwoman is so incompetent in this show, like, I can't even believe she'll keep an eye on this kid. This kid gets away with nearly attempted murder of about a dozen people. She committed multiple acts of cyber terrorism, identity fraud. This is stuff that she needs to go to court for. Like, I'm sorry that your position forced you into doing this drastic thing, but you need to pay for the crimes you committed. I'm sorry, but maybe, like, you should go to court. I mean, I don't know, Kate could get you a good lawyer and then you could be fine. But no, she basically gets off scot-free. Why? Because she's gay. So basically, if you're gay and you get caught by a Batwoman, you just gotta, dry up those tears, and then suddenly Batwoman just will let you get away with anything. Kind of ridiculous, but then again, Batwoman does a lot of stupid shit. She lets her murderous, psychotic sister, who's the show's main villain, get away multiple times. She has multiple chances to just capture her, lock her up, and then allow, like, doctors to treat her and try to get her the care that she needs. There are multiple scenes where Batwoman shows up at Alice's hideouts, actually, because she moves around multiple times. And they don't explain how Batwoman is able to just find her. They have whole scenes of her walking into her hideouts in civilian garb multiple times, and it's like, why did you not lock her up? If you could find her this easily, you can lock her up. But oh no, it's only when they don't need to find her for the plot. When Alice is off doing something dastardly, they suddenly can't find her. It's so ridiculous. The show itself is ridiculous, like. And here's the funny thing, continuing on from the hacker episode thing, at the end of it, basically Batwoman goes to a magazine, and does this interview, and then just has to declare it to Gotham that Batwoman is lesbian, and this has a little repercussion, quote unquote, in the next episode, where the children of a police commissioner and someone else important in the law or whatever get kidnapped, and the police is not using the bat signal. The GCPD is not using the bat signal. they have this whole scene of the set commissioner walking down the stairs, getting swarmed by reporters, and one of the reporters goes, "Hey, are you guys not turning on the bat signal because Batwoman admitted that she's lesbian?" And like the cop is like, "Well, no, let's not make this be about politics." But yeah, no, it's the CW. They're gonna make it about politics now because apparently that's the trend they want to be in. Even though we have seen countless times that going full woke, you go full broke. I mean, whatever. That's Canada, you know, where they're filming all this crap. You know, it's just dirt cheap to them. But whatever. And they already aired it, already cleared it for a second season. So I can only hope that maybe they'll try to take the lessons of this and maybe not do so much stupid shit. But you know, I don't know. It seems like we're in this era of where if you tell someone who's legitimately doing stupid shit, like, hey, maybe you should like not do this, they just double down on it. Like, they can't take the criticism. And it's like, I tried to hold out a little bit of hope for Batwoman. I really did. I kind of figured maybe the trailer wasn't going to be as bad. Make the show as bad as it was. However, it does. There's some stupidity to it. Like, they have, last episode they have a vampire. But the thing, like, they have a vampire character from the comic books show up. An important character that was in one of the, probably the only big important Batwoman comic book arcs ever. And they downplay it. They do this stupid thing where they take something from the comic book and they try to try to science it. They try to make it they try to ground it in a reality. And it's like, it doesn't make sense why you would ground a vampire in reality. Like, they make this vampire character just be someone who's got that very rare, like, disease that's kind of like vampirism in a bit. Like, your skin is sensitive to sunlight, whatever, like, you're anemic or whatever, has all these, like, similar traits, alright? But they make it to be where, like, it's this just super ridiculous bullshit version of that disease, and it requires her to have to go get blood because her kidneys are gonna fucking drop or something, and she basically has these weird fangs that inject a neurotoxin into your neck and paralyzes you. But it's like, dude, why couldn't you just have vampires? Because we just had a giant crossover event which merged all of the current shows into one Earth. There's still a multiverse, but they merged all the shows. Batwoman, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, The Flash, Black Lightning, all now coexist in the same Earth. You know what we have in all those shows? We have aliens, we have metahumans, we have demons, monsters, fucking dragons! Legends of Tomorrow and Supergirl had fucking dragons! Legends of Tomorrow has demons! Fucking Beamos! All these crazy things going on, yet Batwoman? I cannot get a fucking vampire? Just make it be a fucking vampire that's just obsessed with drinking blood. It's so simple! But no, you gotta ground it off in this, like, poor me, I'm just sick and I'm attacking all these kids that are going to a club because they're poisoning their bodies. And it's like, why do they get to live and I don't? It's like, no, it should have been more like oh, I'm a vampire, I like blood, and they just taste good, they taste ripe, yeah, 1 blood suck, 2 blood suck, you know, it should have been just something stupid and cheesy like that, embrace the comic book nature, but no, they want to embrace the political nature. It doesn't make sense, it's so stupid. The show itself is stupid, and I'm watching just to try to get through this to, I don't know, like, sometimes it's okay, like the tiny glimmers, but it just isn't, and I don't know, that's just all I can say about it. The show itself is really stupid. There's just so much going on with it. Too much politicalness, not enough of the comic book thing. Logic is out the window. Comic book logic is out the window. It doesn't even care about the continuity that the other shows have placed on it in this one singular world it now exists in. You know, it just doesn't abide by any rules or logic. It's just specifically existing just to pander to the 20 fans on Twitter who are really good at screaming and mashing their keyboards. But you know, what can we do, I guess? Let the ratings drop and drop and drop, and the CW has to listen because it's the only way you can make these companies listen. You take away the money. You take away the money, they start listening. We're at the end of the phase. I know it. We're gonna see it. We're starting to see the pendulum come back. It will end. We just have to hold on and make it through it, guys. But anyways, that'll be all for now. What are your guys' thoughts on the Batwoman show? Have you seen any of it? What are your thoughts on it? Do you share the same thoughts as I do? If not, well, that's okay. You're entitled to your own thoughts. Just allow me to have my own thoughts and respect that I have them, as I will to you. Now, I'd like to thank you all for coming along on this little adventure with me, ridiculous as it is, and I hope you all have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Try not to have a headache while you're at it, alright? That's all for now. Goodbye.